Hell's hot son of a bitch.
Bring him on. I prefer a straight fight to all this sneaking around.
I don't know where you get your delusions, laser brain.
Oh, come on, bro. It's the wars.
We took a break, but was it worth the wait? This is The Wars and More. I'm Joe. Of course, with me is my good buddy Doug. Hey, Doug, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. Joe, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How was your vacation?
Oh, it was amazing because I was not at work.
That's the way it usually goes, right? Like
that's right.
Everything could go to hell
Yep.
on vacation, and you're like, man, I'm not at work.
That's right. Hey. Yeah.
So
It was good. Yeah.
That's
totally.
Cool. That's good. So we got 3 episodes to talk about of The Acolyte.
Triple shot, so to speak.
Triple shot. I needed one.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because, man, like, okay. Like, I don't want to be that guy. Right?
Oh, come on. You like being that guy.
I mean, I'm not going to say I don't enjoy, like, you know, being that guy, but at the same time, like, I don't want to be, right?
Right.
Like, it's not my goal. I really sit down every episode and really, really hope this is the one that's going to bring me on board.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like, I truly do. And this one, well, this week's, so episode 5, almost did it, but it had one part in it, and we'll get to that later because we're going to talk about the other 2 first. But there was one part that really just derailed it for me.
Okay.
So, but we'll talk about the other 2 first. So we're talking season 1, episode 3, episode 4, episode 5, and those are Destiny, Day, and Night, respectively.
Right.
So, I will say this though, Destiny, right?
Yep.
You called this one Destiny. Why do you go back to the beginning?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess this is where the destiny of.
But what was their destiny? When we got to the end of this.
Well, to the end of what? Episode 5?
Episode 3.
3. Okay. Yep.
Name Destiny. What was their destiny when you got to the end of this?
Well, I would guess Osha to become a Jedi.
She didn't. We already knew that from the first 2 episodes.
Right. I mean, she started to. Yeah.
That's what I said to myself. I was like, wow, her destiny was to be a Jedi. We already know she dropped out.
That's true.
Like, damn.
Yeah.
And then I'll say this. With episode 5, we know where Osha's trending. Right?
Trending?
Yeah.
How do you mean?
I mean, I think the writing is on the wall there. Our Sith Lord here is about to tell Osha everything that he knows about what Soul did.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
And maybe he gets a new acolyte.
It's possible. I mean, is that going to be the big twist in this whole show? Is that the twins, like, swap sides and...
Well, everything else has been obvious as hell. Everybody, like...
Oh, man.
With the shopkeep, right? So you're watching, was it episode 2? Right? And you got the shopkeep there?
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, I bet he's the Sith Lord. I was like, he's definitely the Sith Lord.
Right.
Like, are you kidding me? Like, they couldn't have foreshadowed that any harder.
And
And then when you get to Day, it's like, oh, wow, that guy was hanging upside down. Then he's gone when the Jedi get there. And then the Sith Lord shows up. Oh, I wonder who it is.
Yeah.
Who else was here?
Exactly.
Not quite the reveal. Like,
not to mention, he's the one who's got all the answers, right? Like, he can make the potion. He can tell you where to find the Wookiee Jedi. It's like, wow. Knows an awful lot for just a.
You know what line gave it away from me?
What's that?
Is when he got all serious talking to Osha and said, "Oh, you look just like her." That line.
Yeah.
His like squirrely demeanor goes away and he's like, "Oh, you look just like her."
Right.
I'm like, that dude's the bad guy.
Right.
Like, hands down. Like, why'd you have him get all serious like that?
Exactly.
Like, he should have said it in like a weird, like, off.
Oh God, we're gonna jump around, aren't we?
Oh, hell yeah.
He says that way back in that episode 2 or whatever. And you're right. He did get all serious. He got all Sith-like, we'll say.
Yeah.
But then, I'm throwing it to you on this. When he's asked who he is in episode 5, why come out of hiding, right?
Oh, he's like, oh, I wore a mask.
Yeah, I wore a mask. Really? Man, so many pieces of dialogue that just make you go, ugh. I mean, I don't know. So much of this is making I Hate Sand sound good.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, this is one of those stories where, like, the author is trying so hard, the writer, author, whatever.
Yep.
Is trying so hard to misdirect us. But
yeah,
when you get to him, it's like, it was so clunky before. Like, I get it. You're trying to capture that 77, movie clunkiness, right? Like, that's just the way it was.
Yeah. Okay.
Acting wasn't the same then.
No.
As it is now.
True.
Okay? Because you can set things so realistically now that it doesn't feel clunky. Like, it feels just like banter, right?
Right.
You couldn't do that then. They're standing in a set that they built over the weekend back then, like,
right.
Or standing in front of a matte painting, like.
But I would argue that at least in A New Hope, there was no, concerted effort to misdirect the audience. I mean, it was a pretty straight up good versus evil story.
Yeah.
And, I would argue, it could be argued, I would say, the whole I am your father from Vader thing was the biggest misdirection we had back then, which, it was a big reveal and all, but it was pivotal to the story and one pivot point. You know, this thing is like a connect the dots, which is like, man, I still don't know what this picture is going to be. It's like, I got a lot of dots here, but I'm not seeing a picture yet.
No. I mean, you get more consistency out of those, like, what was those things? The kaleidoscope toys, right? Where you had the thing on the gears where you would just draw in a circle.
Yeah.
Like, and then when you got done, it's like, wow, that really made sense. But in the beginning, it was just like all over the place, right? Like you're making the first couple rotations, you're like, where's this going? Oh, look at that.
We hope by the end of this it all makes sense, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So like maybe it's one of those, right? Like you're going in that circle and you're like, this looks like a mess. Oh shit, this is looking good.
Yes.
You hope.
Okay.
You hope.
We hope. So back to episode 3. I have a hard time with this need to, I'm not going to say redefine the Force, but let's tell the audience about the Force from a different angle, right? Now it's a thread woven through all of existence. Pull on the thread, it's like, well, and oh, come on.
You never pull on the thread.
I've got a Weezer song stuck in my head.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to destroy my sweater.
Yeah, exactly.
They're destroying our sweater, Doug.
Yes, they are.
They took that thread. They're walking away.
Yes.
And they took our fucking money too.
That's right. Oh, I have such a hard time with, the Force has to be told in a different way here. It's like, this is our version of the Force. It's like, why? It just, It's not even like different in a Night Sisters type of way, right? Night Sisters, it's magic, right? You can kind of get the, how that weaves together. But here it's just, we're just going to explain it in a different way. It all means the same thing as what Yoda told Luke on Dagobah, really. So, I just, it irritated me a little bit.
What was that chant? Like, we are the one, we are the two, we are the many, or something like that.
Yes. and it's
like, what?
Right. That whole scene was like, you would expect. It's like they're worshiping around this big hole in the ground. You would think something might, like, I don't know, come out of it. I don't like, I don't know. Maybe there's like a Exar Kun type entity there, or something, and okay, that would make more sense to Star Wars, but nope, nothing happens with the hole they were looking at. I don't know. It's just kind of strange. And then almost like that chant evolves into a song and gets incorporated with the background music. That was all weird. You know what I'm saying? That was doing that. Is kind of a departure from Star Wars, the way things happen in Star Wars a lot of times.
Like, how do we be like George Lucas? How do we fit Shakespeare into this? What's our double toil and trouble? Like,
oh yeah.
Like, how do we get that? Oh, we are the one, we are the two, we are the many. What? And I probably got the chant wrong, but
yeah, it was close enough.
Yeah,
it's not memorable. That's the
no.
That's the
it was
right?
Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like,
right.
Like, that's your chant. Like, your magic revolves around a chant that you needed these two Jesus babies to do. Like,
right. Jesus babies. I like that. That's good.
I mean, how else do you put it? Right? Like,
yeah.
I guess we could say Anakin babies, but that would just be like, oh, why you gotta make it to the original trilogy?
Right.
Well, why did you?
The other thing is, we talked about how the Jedi in this time period now apparently are like, a military force or police around the galaxy or something. And
which they weren't supposed to be in the High Republic era.
Exactly. And yet the Jedi, they slice the platform, which means, okay, they're breaking into these people's house, right? The Jedi are coming by force through the front door. And the Jedi say, we have the right to test these children. It's like, wait, what? Didn't the Jedi approach?
Don't you know, Doug?
Families.
It's 2024. Don't you know that people that want to impose their will on the galaxy are the good guys?
Oh, that's right. Apparently. So that I had a hard time with. It's like the Jedi are just going to break in the middle of your ceremony here and say, we have the right to test your kids. I thought the Jedi would approach families and say, your kid has abilities. We could take your kid and train them and blah, 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 blah. You know what the Jedi are all about, what we do.
I mean, it's starting to seem like where the Jedi screwed up is they tried being less screwed up. You know what I'm saying? Like they tried not being the regulators of the galaxy, and then they went to war.
Right. Yeah.
And then they started acting like the Jedi of old, apparently.
Well, I'm sorry, but when you're looking at the Jedi Council of, episodes 1, 2, and 3, they seem a lot less screwed up than the Jedi we're seeing in this.
Well,
the Jedi we're seeing in this show are like you said it, authoritarian and the arrogance, right? We talk about the arrogance of the Jedi in the prequels. Well, they're more so here.
Yeah, I mean this has been the thing, right? They've sold this High Republic era. This is when the Jedi and the Republic were at their best.
Right.
Well, I listened to 4 books, right, of the High Republic.
Uh-huh.
And I've watched this show. Dude, the High Republic was a mess. It was a mess. There ain't nothing good about it but some like catchy slogans and like this idea that we're going to do this thing. That thing doesn't happen because it's getting derailed and they're doing bad things to try and get back on track. Like, this is not good. This is not the high era of the Jedi.
Right.
All right? If anything, the highest era of the Jedi was when Luke Skywalker is just trying to be a Jedi.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah.
He has no teachings, no past, arrogances, like, how to put it, like past,
baggage.
Yeah, baggage.
Right. He's pretty humble dude just trying to like figure it all out.
Right. It seems like that's probably the best era for the Jedi.
Right.
Because there's only one dude and he's trying to do good things.
Exactly.
I don't know.
That's the kind of stuff though that,
it's the arrogance of the storytelling now that is really hurting the storytelling now.
Yes. Because
they cannot help themselves from trying to sell it as the best of an era or the best of this or the best of that. Like, they can't help themselves.
Exactly.
And I'm sorry, you're never gonna do well when you're like, we are taking what you loved from the 70s, 80s, whatever, and we're making it better.
Yeah.
If you don't, you're gonna have egg on your face, right? Like it's just
Absolutely.
like it's
Well, it's
this series especially because they did so much self-hype. And are the lightsaber battles good? Are the fight sequences good? Sure. Are they the best we've seen? Hell no.
right. Oh, this is going to be better than Darth Maul's battle with Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. I mean,
It's not better than Kylo and Rey's fight with the Praetorian Guards. It's not.
it's not. That one was pretty good. I mean, for what it was, that was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
This one was okay.
But that was no Darth Maul fight.
agreed. Agreed.
Like, look, the tension that led up to that fight, the anticipation that
Right.
led up to that fight, you got to establish that. Okay,
Yep.
you can't just throw a fight in there and be like, oh, this is a better fight. No, what made that fight so great was the buildup.
Right.
The buildup is what made that fight so great. The tension that was there when Darth Maul just strolls in.
Yeah.
Like, that's what made that fight so great. And then they start doing the crazy shit, which was great, but the tension is what made that fight so good.
Right.
You have not established that yet. Instead, you got floating Sith. Like, apparently they float and fly now.
Yep.
So I made fun of the Rise of Skywalker so much. They fly now?
Oh, yep. They
Right?
fly now.
Nope. I said that shit.
Right.
I was like, they fly now?
Exactly.
Didn't know that was foreshadowing.
Right.
It's just wild to me. Like that. Like, don't call your shot. Like that's
Well, I mean, you're phrasing it the right way because they are just like Babe Ruth out there pointing to left field.
yeah, but he had a fucking home run.
I know.
Like,
I know exactly. but that's what they're doing, right? I mean, they're like, hey, you know that lightning in a bottle that was captured with, Star Wars way back when? We got this. And it's like, whoa. Come on now.
it's not good.
No.
It's not good. And you know what? The show probably wouldn't be getting quite the pushback if that wasn't happening. Like, they can, and I don't want to go down this road, but I got to touch on it.
Okay.
They can talk about male Star Wars hate and all this because of female leads, blah, 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 blah. Look, Ahsoka was great.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
And Ahsoka, the three primaries are female. So,
Yeah.
like, it's not that. That's just not the problem.
Exactly.
The problem is that you're calling your shot. You're making a subpar story with good fights. Okay, yeah, it's got good fights. Cool. That's not Star Wars.
It's a small element of Star Wars. It's not what it's not the third leg of the Star Wars chair. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
It's
Like, okay, Star Wars, right? It's George has said himself, like Joseph Campbell, Hero's Journey.
Yep.
Who's the hero here?
exactly
I'm 5 episodes in. I have no idea who the hero is in this story.
right.
Okay? Like, who's the hero? Who's the bad guys? I have no clue. 5 episodes in. Okay, we're talking 3 hours of a show,
Right.
and I'm lost.
Exactly. It's
Like- And this is not like, I know there's gonna be your fans that are like, oh, we're just not thinking with a high enough mind, blah blah blah
Oh,
blah. No,
sure.
no, screw off. All right.
Exactly. That's that right there. That kind of statement. I hate to say it, but that is just weak. Okay, That is
No, that's art, dude. That's like someone can paint a wall red and be like, you don't get it. No, it's a fucking red wall.
exactly. That's why I say it's weak. It's like, come on. Yeah, you've seen those paintings, right? It's one brush stroke down the canvas. Ooh.
And damn it, I did it again. We're going to need another explicit tag.
That's okay.
See what you're doing to me? What? When we start 18, right? So 6 years of this show.
Right.
We had one explicit tag until recently.
Exactly.
See what you're doing to me?
Well, I think it's kind of it's showing just how there's an evolution of things here. I'll just say it that way.
We made it through The Last Jedi. All right?
Yep.
Like, I don't understand what they're thinking.
I don't know.
and the worst part is that this high-mindedness, this arrogance, all this stuff is overshadowing. First off, your lead character in this, Amanda Stenberg, right?
Yep.
She's doing a perfectly good job.
Yep.
She's probably, if I had to say it, she's probably been the best actor in this series.
I would have to agree here. And I think her good work is being overshadowed by everything else. You know?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. She's doing good work. She's probably the best character in this whole series, and she's the lead, which is a good thing.
Exactly.
If your lead's the best, that's great.
Right.
But what the hell's the story? We shouldn't be so... You cannot get more than halfway through a series and still be thrown through loop after loop after loop after loop with no direction yet.
Right.
Like, I understand for the first couple, a little misdirection, right? Like, you want to keep people on their toes.
Yep.
But 5 out of 8?
Dude, we were talking earlier, and it's like, you can't surprise them with a curveball when every pitch is a curveball. That's
Exactly. Look, I played baseball, right?
Yep.
If you throw me 3 curveballs in a row, I am jacking that third one over the fence.
Yep.
All right? Like, because I'm going to be like, wow, I just saw 2 curveballs. I bet he throws another curveball, and guess what? I get to swing up on that and throw it over the fence.
Yep.
Yeah. The point of a curveball is it comes out of nowhere.
Right.
Right? Yeah, and this has been 5 curveballs in a row. So
right. Exactly. You know, to have I don't know. You're gonna have like I said, the big twist. You can't have the big twist every time. You know, that's just not.
I mean,
not how it goes. It's just not good storytelling.
I mean, the only chance they got at saving this is that it stabilizes from here for 2 episodes and then you do whatever. But
Right.
It's got to stabilize first because it has not been stable.
Exactly.
Like, what's the point of the witches? Why are they dead? Why did May set a fire that killed everyone that there's no fire where they're dead? Like, I don't.
And okay. Yes, she had that lamp thing, which who knows, she could have dropped, and maybe the fuel got all over the place, but you're burning rock and steel.
Correct.
Really? I'm sorry. That
Like, you
just
get
doesn't
out of
work
the
that
center
way.
area that's like, it's like wide open.
Yeah.
How are they dead? Like,
exactly.
like if your curveball is going to be that the Jedi killed them, like, for what reason?
Exactly. There is nothing in that whole flashback episode that would make me say, oh, okay, now I understand why May's so mad at the Jedi. Nothing. Other than, what? You took my sister away? Well, guess what? You've seen that she's alive and right? She's there. Maybe you could just try and talk to her and say, hey, maybe we can still be buds. Something like that. I don't know.
Like, hey, sorry for trying to set you on fire.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like,
she's the one who said, I can make you stay. And how are you going to do that? I'll kill you. What?
Yeah. Like, oh, you've been brainwashed. No, you said you'd kill me.
Exactly.
Like,
Okay. So the Jedi. All right. I'm jumping around here again.
Well, this is what we do.
Yes, the Jedi. I'm going on to the next episode. The Jedi are trying to figure out this problem here, right? And figure out where May's from, who trained her. You know, she's going after the Jedi that were stationed on that planet so many years ago, 16 years ago, whatever. And they're talking about, oh, we should take this to the High Council. No, because that'll make it a bad press situation or whatever. And it's like, oh, so now we have Jedi hiding stuff from the council. And it's like, how bad is this organization here in the High Republic? I mean, they're working against each other now. And it's like, what?
No, it's the High Republic, dude. Marijuana was legal.
Oh, what? Oh, got it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like, because, okay, the High Council, right?
Yeah.
In the prequel era.
Right.
They're doing everything they can to keep it from the Senate.
Exactly.
Let alone the fucking media.
Right.
I mean, like, here they act like, oh, if they go to the High Council, it's going to be on the HoloNet.
Right. And it'll make us look bad, like we have division within our ranks. Well, clearly you do.
I was going to say, yeah, like, oh, we can't let them know that we're arguing right now.
Right. No, we're Jedi. We're above that. We're beyond that.
And then here's my next question. Who in the Jedi has power to say, no, you're not taking that to the High Council? Like, what's the ranking system here?
Right.
Like, if it's not someone who's sitting on the High Council, who are they?
Exactly.
Like, is this a Jedi Knight telling a Jedi Knight, no, you can't do that?
It's kind of what it looks like.
It's exactly what it looks like. Like, and then, like, I was sold. Like, I don't know. I just don't understand why Soul's getting bossed around by this, like, I don't know. Like,
no, I get it. None of it makes sense. Right? When you had Qui-Gon going before the Jedi Council saying, I need to train this boy, and they're all like, I don't know. That stuff made sense, right? It's
right.
Here, oh, we're not even going to tell the council because, we know better. What? That just sounds like division amongst the ranks of Jedi. None of it makes sense to me. And speaking of Jedi, once again, right? Here we have there are actors that are being touted as being in the show, and I'm looking forward to seeing Jonas Solomo.
Dead.
Come on. Really? We're going to walk up on his camp and guess what? Yep. Dead.
And talk about just like dead, not even like what's her name? Trinity, right? Like,
yeah.
Not like her where she got speaking lines and like, a fight sequence and stuff like that.
Right.
No. Jonas, no. You get some background walking and then you're dead.
No, hold on. We're going to let you wrench on a speeder bike a little bit. But
yeah, but it's still background.
Exactly. I mean,
like it was like a quick little flash of like, hey, work on this real quick. All right, cool. Yeah, dead.
Yep. Exactly. No, I would have loved to have seen some like Wookiee Jedi
Oh, that's the other thing. Like,
fighting.
Jonas aside, right?
Yeah.
A Wookiee Jedi. You're
Yeah.
not going to believe it. A Wookiee Jedi.
Right.
What Jedi shit did this Wookiee do? Because best I saw, it was just a Wookiee.
Well, he did pull the blaster out of the two thugs that were gonna like ransack his house. That
Okay, cool.
broke it. Well, the breaking it part was just being Wookiee, but yeah, he force pulled that out of their hands.
I would like to see it force pull the arms out of the sockets.
There you
'cause
go.
That's what Wookiees do.
That's what a Jedi Wookiee would do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God. You know what? Even something like that would have been like, I see what you did there. I'd have been okay. It'd have been better than a lot of what we're
It
seeing.
would have been corny as hell.
Yes.
But you know what? I like it.
Closer to the mark than any of this other stuff. Oh. Oh.
Like, at least have the Wookiee gamble or something. Like
Right.
I don't know, something.
Right. I mean, he was, I don't know. He was making a meal or whatever, and he had a bowcaster just sitting there chilling next to the table. And it's like, oh, a little lightsaber and bowcaster action. That would have been cool. Nope.
Well,
Can't do
just
it.
killed in the background.
Right.
Not even
Not
killed in the foreground.
Not even on screen. Yeah.
No, it just they got to work on their promotion.
Yeah, for
'Cause-
sure.
'Cause you can't sell something and then just be like, nah, we were just kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a force ball, like, okay, cool, I guess. Pretty basic.
Right, right. So we
I mean,
have. Oh, go
I've
ahead.
seen non-Jedi force pull, like,
Right. So, okay. We should probably get into the thick of it here now, I guess. Because we have the, the Fellowship of the Rings Jedi, go to find May and Wookiee Jedi. I forget his name, sorry. And
oh, I didn't think they bothered naming it.
oh, yeah. But this, I don't know, getting there. There's all this. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm jumping around again.
I gotta say this though.
Go ahead.
So, the Wookiee Jedi, right?
Yeah,
Did that scene? Have you seen the movie Harlem Nights?
sure.
So, did that scene remind you of Harlem Nights? Like, May's walking in to talk to this Jedi because she's going to turn herself in before she decides she's not going to turn herself in anymore.
Right,
And she's going to fight everybody
right.
and just run away and like all that shit. Like, but like, did that scene remind you of Harlem Nights where like Eddie Murphy goes to visit the one dude and he's, hey,
Right.
he walks around the corner. He's like, oh, someone fucked you up bad.
Right.
I'm going to go now.
Yep.
Like, that's what that was like. Like,
right.
very anticlimactic for,
yes.
for the Wookiee Jedi that we got a bunch of promotional content for.
Right. So, okay. During May's trek to go find this Wookiee, there's all this talk of, her failing to kill the other Jedi without a weapon and this and that. And, we heard that was going to be explored further, right? This whole why she's got to do it without a weapon and all. And I still don't understand it.
So, here's my question on that. Because I started thinking about this.
Okay.
Was she to kill a Jedi without using a weapon? Or was she to kill a Jedi without a weapon?
I mean, how do you differentiate here? Like,
A Jedi weaponless. So kill an unarmed Jedi.
Oh, I see.
Like, what was the goal there? Like, was this you need to assassinate
Right.
without giving them a chance?
Gotcha.
Like, that's how you come to this.
See, it's funny you say that because I have been getting the distinct impression that they're trying to show this Sith and the acolyte here, like, you approach these Jedi you want to kill and you're giving them a chance by saying, attack me with everything you have or whatever. And it's like,
Oh, this is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
when would a Sith do that?
When would anyone do that?
I mean, yeah, especially a Sith. Because a Sith is going to use whatever means necessary to take out their enemy. You know?
Right.
And
Which is why I thought, like, kill a Jedi without a weapon.
while they're sleeping.
I meant kill the Jedi when they don't have a weapon.
Right.
Like, don't give them a chance.
Right.
Be brutal.
Yep.
You know? Instead, she's walking in like, fight me with everything you got. Like,
Right.
who does that?
Yeah. It's, and if all of that we're talking about now is supposed to, like, be part of the twist, then it's not really a twist, it's just confusing.
Oh, it's definitely that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a twist anymore, right? Like, it's just not. Not everything can be a twist.
I get the impression that they're trying to be so clever in this show, you know, that they're out clevering themselves. And I have another question. Okay, just for the sake of asking it, I don't know, maybe this has been addressed and I'm just unaware. That isn't Plo Koon out there, is it? I mean,
Plo Koon where?
like in the jungle with all these Jedi. It can't be. I mean, there's another.
No.
There was another. I forget Plo Koon's race, but another of his species. Yes, that was out there. And
Oh, let's do a quick search.
oh boy. I might be yanking my hair out if they say it was Plo Koon, because
It's a video. I don't want to. It's not Plo Koon.
Okay.
And the new Keldor Jedi, Ithia Pan, has no connection to Plo Koon and represents the species in the series.
Okay. Thank God. Because, you know, with the decisions that have been made, right? And I'm talking, you know, Kiadi Mundi and all.
That's the worst.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
mean,
troll job. I'm sorry. That's a troll job.
Thank you.
That's purely what it is. Like, they're trolling fans.
Right.
Because fans are like, well, Kiadi Mundi said that.
Yeah, for everybody who remembers him saying that in the prequels, guess what?
He was there for this.
Yep. Exactly. Yep. because you guys are such dorks that you're going to remember you said this.
Well, not
We're-
only
we're
that, you
gonna
are
do
such
this.
dorks, but that's just how arrogant the Jedi were.
Right.
He couldn't see the problem right in front of him. Oh, go to hell.
Exactly. I'm sorry, you have Soul heading back, and he's going to tell, he's going to have some explaining to do, right? Hey, where are all the Jedi that went with you? Oh, dead.
Hey,
And-
I'm going to say this. At the end of this series, if Darth Plagueis doesn't come in to kill this Sith pretender,
Oh. You know what? That would be a step in the right direction as far as
dude, that
making
would save this whole series.
the whole series. I don't know, because you could just play the last episode and call it good. But
Well, yeah, I mean, and that's how you save a series. Like, let's be real.
Sure.
Let's be real. You can do shit, and then nail it, and it's like, hey, they nailed it. All right. If Darth Plagueis comes in the last episode and kills this guy for being a Sith pretender and ruining their name, then bang, we're good.
Yeah.
Short of that,
Yeah.
the show sucks.
Okay, so it could be. I give him this. It could be Plagueis or what? Tenebris.
Yeah, Darth Tenebris.
Yep.
Yeah.
Could be one or the other. I guess. Fine. But
Ooh, seeing a Bith Sith on scene would be
right.
pretty sweet.
Right.
I mean, either one, right? A Bith or immune. Like,
Yep. Exactly. I don't know. Okay. We don't have to worry about him anymore, but okay. You're fighting this Sith. He slashes his leg with the lightsaber. He goes down. He falls down. Later on, he's in charge of taking Osha back to the ship, right? And he's walking on the leg. He's stumbling.
he's a soccer player, all right?
And then
Like, it's
later,
just-
then later on, yeah, exactly. Later on, oh, we got to go back. Follow me. Run. Okay. Yeah, it's like, what? Come on. He took a slash to the leg with a lightsaber that took him down.
it was a soccer dive. It was a soccer dive.
That's true.
That's for all the soccer fans
Yep.
out there.
Yep.
Like, see?
Yellow
See?
card. Sorry.
Yep.
I don't know what that means, but
It means you better not do that again,
yeah,
sir.
I guess.
Or we're going to show you a red card. Which means you no play no more.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess he got the red card later.
Well, yeah, Jordan did.
Yeah. And it was like,
Yeah, we saw your dive. Here's the red card.
right.
Oh man, like I hate to be like this, but like I dislike the character so much
Yes.
that for him to get eliminated that way, I kind of cheered.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, that was a little bit satisfying right there. Okay,
Yeah,
thank
yeah,
you.
It was like, oh, you didn't just like have a lightsaber come across him and he's gone.
Right.
Right. Like,
no, this we're
No,
doing
no,
it with
no,
our bare
no.
hands and
no,
taking
bare
pleasure.
hands broke his neck.
Yep.
Like, it's like, yes. I was like, oh, that character was annoying.
Exactly.
I mean, are you trying to get people to root for them killing Jedi?
I don't. Well, that's the thing. It's like, if that's what you're going for, I'm not really quite understanding where this show's coming from yet.
Well, it's from a certain point of view, Doug.
Oh, several. I guess.
They took that idea and ran with it.
Right.
Like, oh, it's from a certain point of view. You got to go from the other side.
Oh,
Yeah, they did that, and they did that well.
we got like 360 points of view around this compass. We're going to use them all.
Yeah, well, I mean, they did a certain point of view thing, right? Like, they'd done that before without calling it that,
Right.
right? And if if you don't believe me, go read the original Thrawn trilogy,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
right?
Yes.
You found yourself rooting for the bad guy.
Yep.
Without them telling you this was from a certain point of view,
Exactly.
right? Go read Darth Plagueis.
Yeah.
They had you rooting for the bad guy
Yep.
without telling you he's the bad guy. Like, they didn't need to tell you, oh, it's from a different point of view.
Right.
They didn't need to do that before. They just told you a story. And you attached to the main character because it seemed like you're following these bad guys, and it seemed like their intentions were pure,
Right.
right? But then you get to the end, it's like, wow, I just followed the bad guy the whole time.
Yep.
I mean, and we're Star Wars fans. We knew we were following the bad guy, but it didn't feel that way for 18 hours, right?
Exactly.
So they're just trying to do that over and over again anymore. Like, watch Kenobi, right? Like, they're trying to get you to feel for the bad guy.
Exactly.
Like, this is an Inquisitor, fallen Jedi.
Yep.
By the end, we're supposed to be like, oh, wow, she just misunderstood.
Yeah. Right.
She killed people.
Exactly. And
Like, where in our, like, okay, they love saying that we don't understand Star Wars because, you know, our modern day bias, right?
right.
But where in our modern day bias do we sit and go, oh yeah, that guy kind of had a right to kill those people?
Right. That's never been okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you just kind of go, wow. Yeah, I understand he had it tough, but he probably shouldn't have killed those people. He probably should have, like, got help.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, like, they're blowing me away with this shit.
They are. And really, when you think about it, you say the guy should have got help. Up until this version of the Jedi, I would say they were probably the best place to get help from. Up until this version. This version is kind of like a mess. And still, okay, we're in episode 5 now. Okay. So Sol tells Yor to take Osha back to the ship, but he calls her the civilian. So the Jedi are an army? Or what are we talking about here?
Thank you for bringing up what I brought up in episode 2. Right? Because they talked about the Jedi being stationed somewhere.
Yes.
And I'm like, wait a second. I thought they got screwed up because they became an army.
Right.
You're talking about stationed, and now you got this. Like, take the civilian to the ship. Like, you're military?
Right.
I thought the Jedi were civilians and just, like, they it's a religion, right? Like, it's
Monks. Right.
monks, yeah. What the hell is this?
All about peace. Yet they're the ones breaking into someone's house to steal their kids, apparently.
Well, I mean, it's the only ones to do it, right? Because there's no Republic Army, apparently.
Right.
Apparently, that's just the Jedi.
Yeah. I don't know.
Which I got to say, this predates the Reformation, so I don't understand why they don't have an army.
Right?
Unless that's no longer canon.
Oh, you can't. Hey. Ki-Adi-Mundi, you can't remember what's canon, so, you know.
Well, Ki-Adi-Mundi's supposed to be, like, dead by the time he gets to the prequels because of his species.
Right. Oh, they amended that.
Oh, yeah, of course they did.
Yeah.
Of course they did. You know, changing definitions is what we do now.
Yep.
You know, the High Republic wasn't in a recession.
Right. Okay, so what is the deal with this quote unquote Sith Lord's helmet and gauntlet, deactivating lightsabers and stuff.
Well, my only guess is that it's somehow inlaid with cortosis.
Okay.
Now, that kind of changes what cortosis was.
Okay.
Because cortosis was used for like a shield, right? Like, and it diminishes the effect of like blaster fire, lightsabers, things like that.
Okay.
So I guess if you could weave cortosis into armor somehow, you get this.
So
That's my guess.
okay, so it's not just like resistant to like the effects of a lightsaber like Beskar. It actually renders the lightsaber useless for a minute.
Yeah, it literally diminishes its effect, is the way it was described.
So I still wouldn't, man, diminishes its effect. Okay. But turns it off? That's the part that I'm
Yeah,
having a hard
that's
time with.
not diminishing the effect, that's
Right.
neutralizing.
Exactly.
I guess you can call it diminishes because it's temporary.
The thing is, we have this.
All I want to know is, like, okay, think about technology, right? You find something that works, right?
Yeah,
Do you just stop using it?
exactly. Darth Vader's armor should be made of all this stuff.
Exactly. That's exactly where I was going to go with that.
Yeah,
Like, Vader's got to wear armor. Why isn't it all this shit?
right.
Now, Vader could just, like, with the Force, shut off a lightsaber.
Yeah, like,
Because he did that.
but like, still, why wouldn't he have this? You know,
Oh, I'm with you.
I
I'm with
just-
you. Why wouldn't you? Like,
I mean, Luke got him in the arm on Bespin. Right? I mean, when that happened, Luke's lightsaber should have shut off and then, and no, he had to take Luke's hand with it. Gone.
right?
I don't know.
No, I mean, why would this just be abandoned?
Right.
I mean, shit, why wouldn't the Jedi learn from this encounter?
Exactly. Right. Their Clone Wars armor should have been made of this stuff.
And you know what? You know, they could have saved this whole story if he would have killed everyone there. If he kills everyone there, who knows what did it? It's still a mystery.
Right.
But no, they escaped. And now we get to the part that pissed me off.
Yes.
Like, this episode 5 had all the makings of a good episode. Great fights, yeah, some clunky dialogue, but I can excuse that because, like I said, Star Wars is kind of known for clunky dialogue. It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
Sure.
We forgive it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
We forgive it.
Sure. I'll give you that. Yeah.
Because, I hate sand.
Right.
Like, it's just, we forgive that kind of stuff. But you're going to tell me this Jedi that you've established in this series that he can get into people's minds?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, not just this series, but this episode.
Right.
The Sith he's fighting says, I'm not taking this helmet off because you're going to get in my mind.
Right.
Because that's your thing.
And we've seen it with May. She
Right.
doesn't know who her master is. It's like,
Right.
wow, okay.
Yeah. And that leads right into it. Like, May is a character that he's gotten into her mind.
Yep.
He knows that mind. He knows who he's dealing with. But she can somehow just cut her hair, put on her sister's clothes, and just walk onto a ship with this guy?
Right.
Come on. That was the laziest shit I've ever seen.
The only
You're
way.
telling me a Jedi Master, even the most basic Jedi Master, cannot sense that presence?
Right.
Cannot sense something wrong there?
The only way this works is if he, in the next episode, looks
Has a
over at her-
concussion?
looks
I don't
over
know.
at her and says, "Okay, May, I know it's you." And it's like, okay, but then why wouldn't you go back for Osha?
Right. Why would he play along?
Right.
You can't have him play along next episode like he knew the whole time. Like, because if that's true, yes, he's absolutely the dick we thought he was.
Right. Leaving Osha with this Sith still on that planet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he totally assassinated her entire family.
Right.
So the Jedi are totally the bad guys.
Yeah, apparently.
And what have we been rooting for all along? And why would Rey follow this?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand that. Like, how do you have this guy established as the guy who can, like, literally read minds? Like, that's his unique force power. And he's just like, oh, yeah, you got the same haircut. Yeah. What?
Exactly.
Like, he even says, like, your presence feels familiar to the other guy. Like,
Right.
he met that dude once.
Right.
He met him once, and he feels familiar.
Yep.
He met May at least twice. Osha was his fucking apprentice.
Not only did he meet May, he dove into her brain, you know,
Yeah.
trying to figure out who she was.
So, like, how the hell does that happen? That's just the worst. And, like I said, we check in every single week, wanting this to be the week that we're like, yes.
Exactly.
And then you do this.
Yes.
Why? Why? It's so bad. It's so obvious that this doesn't work. Like, I guess if you real world it up and he's just got a head trauma and, you know, hey, you can't sense stuff when you got a concussion.
Right. Exactly. That's exactly
Which would
what it
just like,
be. Yeah. So next episode is the PTSD episode. Or no, the traumatic brain injury. Yeah. Sorry, not PTSD. Traumatic brain injury episode. I mean, let's please not.
yeah, is the title of the next episode CTE?
CTE, right.
If it's not CTE, this makes no sense.
Right.
Which means that he's had multiple concussions. You just don't get CTE the first time.
Right.
You know? If that's the case, I'm in trouble.
Yep. Okay. Okay. He's got this guy. He's swinging down on this guy, and Osha says, "No." So Soul doesn't chop his head off.
Oh, wait. Okay. She's like, wait, I got a better idea on how to kill this guy.
Right. We're going to use the bat thingies. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that was so bad.
It was so bad. And then
I could understand if she's like, no, that's not what the Jedi do.
that's
We
not
need to arrest him. We need to do this. No. I need to attach my top half of my Pip-Boy to this guy,
Yeah.
and we're gonna kill him that way.
Yeah. But then, hey, by the time we reach episode 3, Mace Windu, he's too dangerous to be left alive. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess the Jedi have changed their ways a little bit. Although there is some turmoil there between Anakin and Mace. So.
And, well, that one actually makes sense because Anakin's battling with this whole Jedi thing, right? Like, we don't do that.
Right.
Right? Like, so that makes sense. He's like, no, we don't kill
Right.
defenseless people.
Right.
And then he immediately, you know, after doing what he does with Mace, he immediately feels bad about that. Like, he killed someone he shouldn't have killed.
What have I done? Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, that makes sense.
Right.
This one does not. This one was like, no, I want to kill.
No. Right. Exactly. It's not even you should arrest him or whatever. Nope. I'm attaching this light to him and off he goes.
It's one of those like, hey, if we do something that the environment kills him, then technically we didn't kill him.
Yeah, technically. Right.
You know, it's killing by default.
Right.
It's so bad. That's so bad.
Exactly. And here you have someone who called themselves a Sith. If you're a Jedi and you know the Sith haven't been around for, let's say 900 years,
let's say.
Maybe taking this guy out would be a good idea. Just saying.
No, because it's their specialty. So you should definitely kill him.
Right.
It's a specialty. You don't just kill for no reason, only for special reasons. It's a specialty.
Right.
Yeah, it's so bad.
So now when May convinces Soul that, you know, she wants to turn herself in, she wants to be a Jedi now. So Soul train me, and then now Osha's gonna be like, oh, is that what Soul did? Oh, he's bad. Yep, I'm gonna go after him now. I mean,
no, you just brought up something I wanted to address. May.
Yeah.
Okay. She's gonna turn herself in.
Right.
You know.
Yep.
And then immediately fights the Jedi.
Right.
Immediately changes her mind. Like, I'm not getting turned in. Like, what the hell? Like, your whole move was to turn yourself in and expose this guy.
Right.
Now you're not?
Right.
Why? Like, it's so bad. Like, just, I'm going to throw this out there, see if it sticks. But, hey, I sprayed it with Pam. So it can't stick.
Right, exactly.
Like, like, I really hope starting next week, which, you know, in 2 weeks we'll be back.
Right.
Which actually at this point we might as well do 3 weeks. Because that'll wrap it up.
Yep.
But yeah, and theoretically in 2 weeks we'll be back. Like, what's the play from here? Like, what stabilizes this story? Do they flip sides? Is Osha still going to be resistant?
I don't know.
Is Osha still the good guy? Like,
who knows? I mean, is that what this whole thing is supposed to be about? Is turning the, you know, I believe it is because they've actually even said it earlier in the series, you know, flipping the good and the evil on its ear, right? I mean, it's like, okay, But again, that's kind of played out and stale. You know what I mean? As far as the storytelling trope, it's you know, there's not that much new to it. You know, I don't know.
I know one thing. They're absolutely right. Bane and Xana would not have been a better story. I'm totally being facetious.
Yeah, you are. I was going to say, where are you going with this? Oh.
Like, they want to tell a Sith and apprentice story, make them sound like the good guys.
Right.
Bane and Xana was that story.
Yep.
Like you literally saw Bane go to a point, like in those books, you literally saw Bane go to a point where it's like, wow, he's truly the bad guy now.
Right.
Before that, you're like, Bane's teetering, right? Like,
yeah.
He's not, he's never been good, but his plan wasn't bad.
Right.
And then Xana's like, well, Bane's gone way off the rails and I got to set this straight. Like, that's a good story.
Yep. Exactly.
But they're right. That's not better than this.
Exactly. Oh, and okay. So our Sith guy here goes up to Osha, heals her wound, right? She rolls over and we see her tattoo again. This thing is going to play a role in something later on in differentiating who's who. How much you want to bet?
Man, yeah. But I want to say again, like, they emphasize the male Star Wars hate.
Yep.
Right? And hating on female protagonists. Right?
Yep.
But I just mentioned Xana.
Yeah.
Like, you have the Bane trilogy. Like, the main character is Bane, sure, but like, your secondary main is Xana.
Right.
Xana's almost as important in that entire series.
I would say that
as Bane.
They're kind of like co-main characters.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, you spend as much time separate from Bane with Xana as you do separate from Xana with Bane.
Yep.
And like, it works so well.
Yep. Absolutely.
Why do we have to act like it has to be different in this era? Like, who's one of the favored Jedi of the expanded universe? Like, who's one of the favorites?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Who you getting at?
Jaina Solo.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Jaina Solo is like the favorite Jedi of the expanded universe.
Wow.
But we hate female characters.
Right. And okay. I just got to throw this out there in case anyone listens. Yeah. You're going there, and yes, I have a daughter named Jaina, and yes, named after that character. So yes, it's thanks, buddy.
I'm just saying, like it's ridiculous to me. Like, this whole conversation, like, we can't like these characters because of X. It's like, did you not pay attention to the last 20 years?
Right.
Like, let's eliminate the EU, right? Who's the favorite character of the Clone Wars?
Oh, Ahsoka? Yeah.
Ahsoka Tano.
Right.
Right? Like, They made a fucking live action show for her because of the love for her.
Right.
But us misogynist assholes can't like a female character. Stop it. Stop it. Some of our most beloved Star Wars characters are female characters. Like, I'm tired of this shit.
Oh.
Like, no, this is just bad Star Wars that they're making with the Acolyte.
Right.
And,
That is truth.
And I'll even tell you, my favorite character in this show is played by Amanda Stenberg. Okay?
Yep.
By far, she's doing the best job of everyone in this show.
Right.
I'm tired of acting like we hate Star Wars because we can't accept female characters. No, you're full of shit. You're making crap.
Yep.
Okay? You are just dodging around a story. You're not telling anything cohesive. Just tell a Star Wars story.
Exactly.
Stop acting like you got to tell a real life impactful bullcrap. Like, no, you don't.
It's Star Wars for
I'm here to
2024.
escape.
Right, exactly.
I'm here to escape.
Right.
Okay? And whether I'm here to escape with a male character, a female character, whatever alien you want to throw at me, I don't care.
And that might
Okay,
change from day to day with your mood.
Yes. Like, I don't care who your lead is. Just help me escape from the bullshit I got to deal with day to day.
Exactly.
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. I don't mind using history or whatever to like influence stuff. Influence is fine.
Right.
Don't try to manipulate me into whatever because I'm watching your show. Just tell me a good story.
That's what
I
it's
just
always
want a
been
good
about.
story.
That's what it's always been about for me. Story.
Yeah. Make me believe that the red wall is art. Okay?
Right. Excellent way to put it, Joe.
Just tell me a story. Help me escape. I don't want to think about everything outside when I'm sitting down to watch Star Wars.
Right.
I want to breathe for a minute. I want to enjoy life for a minute.
Exactly.
And I don't want you to put out some crap and then use the backlash that you know you're going to get because you know you're putting out this crap as promotion.
Right.
Okay? Because let's just break it down for you right here. Your activists and protesters and whatever, yeah, they don't pay for shit.
Right.
Okay? They don't buy stuff. They just go out with signs.
Yep.
They don't buy stuff. Like they just don't.
Right.
I'm sorry. They're not supporting you. They just want you to do what they want without having to back you.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
It's just bottom line. Female characters, male characters, whatever, alien characters, whatever. We don't care. We don't. We've checked in for Ahsoka with absolute adoration.
Yeah.
Just do that.
Right.
Just do that. Don't come out with your slogans and blah, blah, blah. And like, oh, it's because it's male dominated. No. It has nothing to do with it. Okay? Like, look at all the video games and movies and stories and all that are female dominated. Main character, female dominated. doing perfectly fine.
Yep.
Why can't you get yours to work? Because you just don't want to tell a story.
Right. Story's not there. Exactly.
It's not there. It's not there. So, yeah. All right, man.
Yep.
Well, if you have anything to add, all the hate you want to throw at me,
Bring it.
bring it. I don't care. Like, I don't.
Right.
I don't care. Like, I can list my favorite characters in Star Wars, and it's really going to piss you off because there's a lot of females in there.
Right.
Like Ahsoka Tano, probably my favorite character in Star Wars.
Hey.
Been said a
Many
million times on this show,
Right.
long before all this bullshit got going. So, but yeah, if you have anything to add, you can email us, show@thewarsandmore.com. That's the best way to get a hold of us. We're also on social media at The Wars and More on X, facebook.com/thewarsandmore. Find all that and all the ways to find the show over at thewarsandmore.com. Any final thoughts this week, Doug?
No, I think you've about covered it.
All right, we'll talk in a couple weeks.